Dolly Parton once said that the secret to a lasting marriage is simple: keep the other person out of your world. For 6 decades, nobody understood what she meant. Now, in the quiet that has settled over a Tennessee porch, we finally do. Carl Dean never walked a red carpet. He never sat for an interview. For years, people joked about him like he was a myth, some invented husband Dolly conjured to avoid awkward questions. But he was real. More real, perhaps, than anything else in her life. And when he passed away on March 3, 2025, at the age of 82, the woman who had sung through every kind of heartbreak finally met one she couldn't perform her way through. They first crossed paths in the summer of 1964 outside a Nashville laundromat. Dolly was 18, fresh off a bus from the Smoky Mountains, waiting for her clothes to dry. Carl Dean, tall, tan, 21 years old, slowed his car and called out that she was going to get sunburnt, standing in the sun like that. She waved, because that's what people did where she came from. 2 years later, they were married in a small ceremony in Ringgold, Georgia, with no photographers, no press release, and no spectacle, just 2 people making a private promise. What followed was one of the most unusual arrangements in the history of American music. As Dolly's career erupted into something almost impossible, the stadium tours, the film roles, the rhinestones, the records, Carl simply stayed home. He ran his asphalt business. He tended his quiet life. He showed up exactly once, to an industry event early in her career, decided that world wasn't for him, and told her so plainly. And rather than fighting it, she understood. If he stepped into her spotlight, she later explained, he would never get a moment's peace. So they drew a line, together, quietly. She would be for the world. He would be for her. There's a moment that captures all of it. In 1978, at the Kentucky State Fair, Dolly was on stage in full flight when security noticed a man in the crowd, singing off-key at the top of his lungs. They moved to remove him. Her road manager stopped them. It was Carl, who never came to shows, standing alone among thousands, having bought a ticket just to surprise her. That was the marriage. Not distant, not cold, devotion of a rare kind, the kind that asks nothing back. After his death, Dolly appeared on the Today Show and spoke with the careful honesty of someone no longer pretending that grief has a performance. She talked about the weight of unlearning 60 years of shared patterns, the small, specific rituals that make up a life with someone. She said she was at peace, that he was no longer suffering, but that the missing, she made clear, would not end. By spring 2026, she returned to Dollywood for the park's 40th season, her first major appearance since losing him. She told the crowd she had needed to rebuild herself, spiritually, emotionally, physically. And still, she stood there, still smiling, still showing up. The greatest love stories are rarely the ones the world gets to witness. The real ones live in ordinary mornings, in inside jokes, in 60 years of someone knowing exactly who you are before you open your mouth. Carl Dean gave Dolly Parton that. He saw her before the legend. He loved her through all of it. If this story moved you, leave a like and subscribe. There's more to come.